Hey guys, just a quick ramble here. I got about 10 minutes before I got to get back to work. Um, first thing I want to say is today is the last day for you to be able to participate in the census. If you haven't participated already, I don't care what your politics are, just go to census.gov or 2020census.gov. Today's the last day. Either will get you there. Most states are already all the way complete with their enumeration, they call it, 99.9%. Countrywide, the average is 99.9% altogether, but there are two states that are outliers from this 99.9% completeness, and that is Mississippi and Louisiana. Mississippi's around 99.7 and Louisiana's at 98.3. So, if you know anybody who, say, fled their home because of a hurricane and maybe didn't participate in the census, today is their last day to just get on the website. It's really quick and easy, but it makes a lot of difference as far as where we apportion congressmen, and gerrymandering and all that, and so it's good to have complete data, but there was big headlines about like, oh well, the Trump administration fought the extension that would have had it out to like Halloween for them to be able to get numbers, and I'm like, why fight? I mean, we have 99.9% of all U.S. households are accounted for, right? That last bit, why fight it? Yeah, just let it go. I doubt that any place is going to lose a congressman over this. If any place would, it would be Louisiana. And again, if you know anyone in Louisiana, get them this information. I don't want anybody to be not counted, even if they're my political enemies. But I'm not going to lose any sleep over like them losing one congressman if they aren't totally counted. So yeah, there's that. If you want that data, by the way, you can go to 2020census.gov or just census.gov and find out how complete their data is already. And I wonder if maybe the using households might be misleading because maybe there's a whole bunch of homeless people or maybe migrant farm workers that don't have a home address that aren't getting counted, but 99.9% of people in houses are counted. I'd say that's pretty good. Most people, have some roof over their head in America. So I guess in what minutes I have before I have to go back to work, I'm just going to say that tonight I'll be watching the Biden town hall, and then I'll be watching the Trump town hall, probably wherever it's recorded, and I'll watch that one too, and maybe I'll get with you guys as far as my reactions to that, because there's not going to be a debate two between the president and the Democratic nominee Joe Biden, because they couldn't come to terms on it being a video conference style debate, because Trump was afraid that he wouldn't be able to use the normal debate pressure on Biden, so he wasn't interested. And now apparently it's okay for him to not social distance like everybody else does. Just have a doctor say, oh, well, he's probably not shedding virus right now. He's in that phase where like he's not contagious anymore. And how much I trust his doctors. He had a doctor that he retweeted saying that hydrochloroquine was the miracle cure, and then she was also into like some weird ritualistic things, as the journalists dug up. But he has the ability to pay to find a doctor that'll say whatever the fuck he wants. So I don't trust him. And it's just standard. You wait like 14 to 16 days after you have it, and all that, to quarantine yourself from other people. And he wanted to get right back out there. Even when he was in the hospital for it, he had to do a little car tour around the hospital and possibly spread the virus that way. Just horrible. I hate super spreader events. And that brings me to my last video, where I got a few really spicy comments. I do recommend anyone who likes drama to go read my spicy comments. But one of them was saying that I'm only shocked about like these super spreader events when it's not politically my side that's doing it. I'm okay with rioters and looters, but I'm not okay with presidential rallies. And it's like, no, I actually have videos on my channel denouncing both. I don't want anyone doing anything in public right now. I want to get back to normal as quickly as possible. Every super spreader event needs to stop. That's my personal opinion. I think I've covered everything now. Oh yeah, the rally in New Jersey that me spreading things on TikTok might have affected in their ticketing on Eventbrite. Of course, I showed their reaction on Eventbrite, how they changed the tickets, and I've been watching other things. But what's really, really funny is the Trump administration itself sent a cease and desist letter to NJ for Trump because they wanted them to not represent themselves as if Trump was going to be there, and Trump had nothing to do with that event. And on their Facebook page for the event and just the organization NJ for Trump itself on Facebook, they're trying to say that, the local newspaper said we had 3,500 people show up. And, I've seen an article that said it was about 500, and I've seen pictures that show not even 50. But, pictures are just a snapshot in time. It was something that was going on all afternoon. Maybe they had, what the newspaper said, 500, but they're trying to lie about the size of their event that Trump sent a cease and desist letter to and didn't want them to have in the first place. Yeah. And in those pictures, you got a lot of people not wearing masks, not social distancing. There's one set of pictures in particular, I was like, why, when they got like the only token Trump supporter at the whole event, do they have to throw up gang signs? It's just, they're just, what are you going to do? They were labeling zombies as Kamala Harris with little signs, and yeah, the event went on probably as well as it would have, even if they didn't have if they did have ticketing in place on Eventbrite, because it's pretty much first come first serve because they had plenty of room. I don't think anybody was deterred that wanted to go, but it didn't really look like there was a lot of people there, and the only photos that I've seen came from, attendees who happened to take a picture then post it to Facebook. The actual event organizers, I guess they weren't proud of their event turnout, so they didn't take any photos. So that's how that went. And, they had other photos on their Facebook page showing, like, Donald Trump and Eric Trump in crowds as if they were actually there, and they weren't. And it's just, it's weird when you have an organization that they're basically conning people into thinking that a con man is there. It's just, you know, when even Trump doesn't want you representing him, when even he's like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be associated with it. You're wow. Anyways, that's what I got for today. Tomorrow, maybe I'll give you a rundown on the town halls and what I felt about them.